Hello everyone, welcome back to FPL STAR. Today I gonna discuss about popular buy sell ranking of players for game week 5. So before starting, if you are new in this channel, please subscribe this channel for FPL content throughout the season. Now let's start, and if you look at the first priority for game week 5, and it's Mbemu, and I think if you don't have Mbemu in your team, you should buy him. Though his game week 5 fixture is Newcastle away, it's a hard match, but I still think that Mbemo can score goal and provide assist, because if you look at Mbemo's performance when they played against the big team, he playing as a striker, and with weak team he playing as a winger. So when he played as a striker, he has got more chance to score goals. So I think against Newcastle away, he's also a good pick, and that's why if you don't have Mbemu in your team and if you want to make a midfield transfer, you should go for Mbemu. The second one is here is Alvarez. I put him in the second behind Mbemu, because if you look at Alvarez minute, it's not totally secure, but Mbemu's minute is totally secured. So that's why Mbemu is ahead of Alvarez. But if you look at Alvarez's performance in recently, in 4 matches he scored 2 goals and also provide 3 assists. His expected goal in ratio is 0.79, which is quite good. And if you look at Manchester City's performance, they are playing well. And if you look at Alvarez's position, he's playing now as a second striker in the new system of Manchester City. So I think that's why you can go for Alvarez, because he will give you the rank boost, because he has a good differential player. Now move on to the rank 3 and 4, and in rank 3 position it's Son, and a lot of FPL manager buying Son in this game week. Around 480k manager already brought Son in their team, and that's why I think he's a good pick for game week 5, because if you look at his fixture in game week 5 is Sheffield United home, and as now Son playing as a striker, so he has get more chance to got attacking return. And also if you look at Son form is now amazing. In last match he scored hat trick, but after game week 5 he has got two tricky fixer, Arsenal away and Liverpool home. But I still think that Son can score in this match, because he's a very good counter attacking player. So that's why I put him in the good category. And for game week 5 I put him behind Alvarez and Mbeumo, because if you look at Alvarez and Mbeumo, their fixture looks positive, but on the other hand Tottenham got tricky fixture from game week 6. So that's why Son is behind in the picking order of Mbemu and Alvarez. Now move on to the rank 4 position, and it's Cash, and he's from Aston Villa, and he is a right back for Aston Villa. But now sometimes he playing as a right wing, and a defender playing in the right wing out of position defender is always good for FPL, because he can give you the attacking return, and that's why I put him in the good category. But I put him behind Son, Alvarez, and Mbemu, because if you look at his point potential, I don't think it's as much high as Mbemu or Son. So that's why I put him cash in the good category, but behind Mbemu, Alvarez, and Son. Now move on to the rank 5 and 6, and in rank 5 position is Aveni, and he's 6.6 million price pair. And if you look at the transfer, 153k manager already brought Aveni in this team, and I think it's a good transfer, because if you look at his form, he's scoring goal in every match, and he's the talisman for Nottingham Forest. So that's why I think you can go for Aveni, but I think that he's now is great form, but when his form will decline, then I think it will affect you, and that's why I put him behind Cash and Son. And the sixth position player is Udogi. His fixture in game week 5 is Sheffield United home, and there is a potential clean sheet for, I think, opportunity for Tottenham. And if you look at Udogi's performance in left back position, he's totally nailed and playing very advanced, sometimes playing as a left winger. And if you look at Udogi's last 4 match performance, he's provide 2 assists, and that means that he create a lot of chance. But I put him in the optional category, because I don't think Tottenham will maintain clean sheet in game week 6 and 7, because it's the Arsenal away and Liverpool home, to hard fixer. So I am not expecting clean sheet from Udogi here. Now move on to the rank 7 and 8. In rank 7 position is Madison, and I put him in optional category, because if you want to go for a Tottenham midfielder, you should go for, I think, Son, because Son has got higher potential than Madison now, because Son will play as a striker, where Madison will play as a creative role in Tottenham. So you should go for Son, and that's why I put him Madison in the optional category. And also other thing about Madison, that he will not give you the scoring opportunity. He will give you assist, and as now Son can get more point than him, so you should go for Son. But I think if you are a Madison owner, you should hold him. Now move on to the rank 8 position, and it's Romero. A lot of FPL manager buying Romero, but I'm not totally against it, because if you look at his performance in last 4 matches, he scored 2 goals. But if you look at his last season and the previous performance is not good as a attacking sense, and in those season he picked a lot of yellow card, but this season he didn't get any yellow card and still maintain 2 goals. So I that's why I think you can go for Romero, but it's an optional option because it's a risky pick. Now move on to the rank 9 and 10, and in rank 9 position is Darwin, and I put him in the optional category because he has got rotation risk. But when Darwin playing in the Liverpool, he played very well, and he's a chance misser because he get a lot of chance, but he didn't score this kind of chance. So that's a frustrating thing for his owner. But if he can finish his chance, I think he's obviously a good pick. And I put him in the optional category because of his minute risk. There is Jota, there are Luis Diaz there, and if all of them fit, then I think Dan Nunes might get 60 or 50 minutes in every match. In rank 10 position, it's Ferguson. In last match, he scored hat trick, but he has got some injury doubt in game week 5, so that's why I put him in the ignore category. And also in Brighton, a lot of midfielder or forward option there. There are Wilbeck, Ferguson, and Joe Pedro, and now Ansu Fati. So there are a lot of players. So as Brighton will play in the Europe, so I think there might be rotation for Ferguson, and also he has got some injury concern. That's why I put him in the ignore category. Now move on to the popular sale player, and first player you should sell in your team is Luke Shaw, because he is injured and a long time injured player is needs to be sold. Now to the second player you should sell, and it's Joe Pedro. I don't think his minute is totally secure for game week 5 because he sometimes rotate a lot, and it's not good for your team, and he's not in the first place in the picking order for Brighton attacking midfield position. So there are Lalana, there are inside. So inside is not injured, but I think that he will be back soon. So that's why Joe Pedro minutes will not secured. So that's why I put him in the essential sale category. The third and fourth one is Botman and Wissa, and I put Botman in good category sale because he has got injury doubt. So I don't think that you should hold a player who has got injury doubt, and that's why you should sell Botman. But if you look at his fixture run, it's good. So if he back after 2 matches, then he might be an option. You can bench him in game week 5. That's why he's not an essential sale, but he's a good sale. In rank 4 position is Wisa, and I put him in the optional category because if you are a Mbume owner, you can sell Wisa because Mbume is a better option for Brentford attack, and he's the penalty taker, where Wisa are not taking penalty, but he's playing in the center for position, and that's the advantage for Wisa. But still think that if you want to sell Wisa for other forward, you can go for it. Now move on to the rank 5 and 6 position, and in rank 5 position it's Isak from Newcastle. And if you look at his performance in last 4 matches, he scored 2 goals, and his goal win ratio is 0.51, which is not good. And also now Newcastle will play in the Champions League, and their Champions League group is very hard. So I think there will be rotation for Isak and Wilson. So that's why I put him in the optional category sale, because if Isak continue to play starting in the Premier League, then he's a good option. But I doubt it, and that's why you might sell Isak for other forward option. In rank 6 position, it's Onana. A lot of FPL managers selling Onana because they frustrated with Onana because he cannot maintain a clean sheet, and Manchester United defense looks shaky. But if you look at Onana's performance, when Manchester United can maintain clean sheet, he will give you the bonus point. So I don't prefer this kind of selling. But if you think that Manchester United defense are horrible, then you can obviously sell him, and that's why he's in the optional category. Now move on to the rank 7 and 8, and in rank 7 position is Trippier, and I think a lot of managers should buy him now for game week 5, but I saw the buy sell priority ranking, and I put him in the optional category because a lot of managers selling him, and I'm not get the reason why they selling him if they are a PPR owner. But I think I got some point that in last 4 matches he just got 5 point, and that's not good for a 6.5 million defender, and I think a lot of FPL managers want to downgrade Trippier to other 4.5 or 5 million defenders, so that's why they might sell Trippier, and that's why he's an optional category. But if I am a Trippier owner, I will hold Trippier. Now move on to the rank 8 position, and a lot of FPL manager got frustrated with Jackson. Also, he missed some chance in last few match, and already 292k managers sell Jackson. That's not a good thing because his next four fixer is good, and Jackson is the main focal point for TLC attack. And though his finishing is not up to the mark, he's not a clinical finisher, but I still think that you should hold him in game week 5 and you should ignore this kind of selling. Now move on to the rank 9 and 10. And in rank 9 position, it's Watkins from Aston Villa. And if you look at his goal average, is 0.87, has got favorable fixture ahead. And if you look at Chelsea and Brighton are not a very good defensive side, so Watkins is the talisman for Aston Villa, but he's not the penalty taker. That's a disadvantage, and that's why I think you should ignore Watkins, because if you look at his goal ratio is high, and also I think in these four fixers he can get attacking return. And if I am a Watkins owner, I will not sell Watkins in this game week. I rather thinking of buying him. I am not a Watkins owner, so I am thinking of buying him. So you should ignore this kind of selling. Now move on to the rank 9 position, 10 position, and it's Rashford. A lot of FPL managers selling Rashford, and I got no brainer. His next fixture is Brighton home. It's a hard fixture, but Brighton defensively are not a very good side, and it's a home match for Manchester United, so they might get the winning points. And if you look at Rashford, he now playing as a left wing, and when he played as a left winger, he played very well. So you don't need to sell a player who now playing as his favorable position, and his fixture run also looks good from game week 5. So you should ignore this kind of selling. Now that's all. And before ending, if you are new in this channel, please subscribe this channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Good luck for your team.